Now we're about to make ceviche, which is an Ecuadorian dish. Gabby, what exactly is ceviche?
Well, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of hard to explain. It'll be better if I show you, but the best way that I can describe it is kind of like a shrimp cocktail, but it's served hot. And it's
That's interesting.
20 times better.
Yeah, that sounds really
My
good.
opinion. All right.
And we use all different vegetables and whatnot,
Yes.
so.
And we're going to be using shrimp, but you can also use like crab or any other friend of the sea.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So we're going to start with shrimp?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Thanks for that. And
so for the shrimp, you need a half a cup of water?
yes, we do. And
Okay.
these are already peeled. Let's do it. So saves us the trouble if you don't want to.
Peeled. By peeled, or else it's going to take tons of time to peel it yourself. Oh, those look good.
They do look good. It's a nice handful.
So should I go ahead and add the water?
No,
Okay.
we first need to season them. Just a little bit. Just a dab.
So are we seasoning with
Yes.
Goya?
With the Goya, I'm sure you've seen these very stereotypical Hispanic seasoning, the Goya products.
Hey.
Blue top, preferably.
Blue top.
Remember that. Blue top.
Okay.
Okay, let me just crash this.
So the seasoning now. So go ahead and open this.
Yeah, you can just dab it on just a little bit. Don't be too generous.
Ooh.
That's good.
Okay,
Should be
cool.
good.
Do you need a serving spoon, or are you going to use your hands?
I can just use my hands. This is how we do it at home, people. And it's okay.
Yeah, why
No
not?
need to
Wash
be
your
fans.
hands and do it.
We wash our hands. Okay.
That looks good.
It looks good. Now, we're going to need a water.
Okay.
Just add that on.
So half a cup of water. Okay.
That's perfect.
And right to the stove?
Straight to the stove.
Okay.
Here we go.
Great. So how would...
Let's put it at medium high.
Okay. So now do we stir it, or...
Yeah, we're gonna start cutting, but we're gonna constantly come back and keep stirring this just to make sure. Another thing, you have to constantly keep stirring and keep an eye out because these cook pretty fast. It's only gonna take about 8 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
You need to put the top
So,
on.
okay, got the top.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go ahead and start cutting our onions.
Onions first, and we have put them in water. We let them sit for a while. We cut them open. We let them sit, and hopefully they won't be crying now.
Yeah, definitely soak them in water. Definitely works because it won't sting your eyes as like onions usually do.
It won't sting.
So I know you told me earlier not to cut this off first.
Exactly. There's a certain way to cut these, and I know it sounds fancy or whatever, but it just helps because you need to make them come out really, really thin, and it's actually quicker if you leave these on, and it holds it all together. It holds the onion all together. And we'll be cutting off these ends for sure, though, in a second.
Mm-hmm.
These are bad. You want to get rid of these.
Okay.
This stays because it holds it all together, and we'll cut it off at the end.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so the darker part of the red onion is the
Yes.
bad part.
Yes. We have to cut it off, put it to the side so we don't get them confused.
And I noticed these knives are really, really sharp. You said that you really need sharp knives.
You do. You need really sharp knives because these have to be cut extra, extra thin.
Okay.
And I'm not perfect at it. In fact, I'm sure my forefathers are ashamed of my cutting skills. But you can just continuously keep cutting and cutting them up until they get just right. Like, these are very thin, Geena. Let's see. Yours are still a little thick.
Okay, so I gotta be a
very,
little thinner.
Really thin, like paper thin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And one of the reasons we do this is because let's face it, no one likes onions. They have too much of a strong odor. They're just really strong vegetable.
They really are.
And so it helps to cut them thinner and thinner because that kind of degrades that taste. And we're going to add a few other ingredients, and it'll just keep kind of diminishing that strong taste, and it'll just kind of leave us with the bare essence of it. Mm-hmm. It's actually going to be pretty good. You'll be surprised.
This is going to be great. So you're saying earlier is that ceviche is a poor man's meal?
It is. As you can see, we have really basic ingredients, and the only thing we're really using to add flavor to it is salt, extra virgin olive oil, and the shrimp, pretty much.
Wow.
But it's really simple ingredients. Anyone can make it over there. Even the poorest man in the barrio or the village, whatever you want,
right,
can make this. And so
I'm sorry, mine are a little bit thicker, but hopefully
you can just continue to like cut them up further and further.
Dice them?
Yeah, just dice them. Just keep chopping. Keep chopping at the bits.
Okay.
because like cutting.
So I'm gonna go ahead and dice the onions.
Yes, you might want to further dice yours.
Okay. You gotta really dice them up.
Really dice them up. I don't know if I can see. These are literally paper thin.
Wow. Maybe I should use a different knife. Probably have to use a bigger butcher knife for, looks like a butcher knife, to really get it
Don't be
diced
afraid
up.
to pull out the big knives for this.
Don't be afraid. Well, you know what? Doesn't this dish like fairly, besides it being kind of easy, I mean more of kind of like the fact that it doesn't really cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I'm still questioning how healthy it is, just because like I said, we have mostly just like vegetables as our ingredients, but it tastes so yummy that I just don't believe that it could be a healthy dish.
Right. It might be because of that rice, because of the oil and the.
It could, yes, we're gonna add rice later. It's another thing to do.
Mhm. So did you get this dish from your mother, or she's always?
I did actually, and I've seen it when I have visited Ecuador. I have seen like big meals be made out of this. Like people get together, and it's practically a whole event.
Mhm.
But I've grown up around this, one of the traditional meals, especially since my family's from the coast of Ecuador. Guayaquil is the city, and so they have got a lot of good seafood over there.
Oh God, I love seafood. Scallops, shrimp, crabs.
It's good stuff.
Maybe we should have soaked this a little longer.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm not crying. I don't know.
That's okay.
Is it just you?
I think so. Woo!
I'm sorry.
This is extreme crying right here.
Here.
Happy moments in the kitchen. These
Maybe
onions
soak it
better
a
be
little
worth
longer.
it.
We soaked it for about 15 minutes. Maybe 20 will do it.
I just think the red onions are so potent.
They are
you know?
potent. They are.
I'm
So
like, my eyes
sorry.
are sweating. No, it's okay.
So
This
sorry.
is good. This is working hard in the kitchen.
Working hard.
That's
and
what you
now
gotta
it's
do.
a lot, very finely sliced, if I do say so. I guess I'll dice some mine. It's a little bit more as well.
Oh, okay.
Or, well, we can put it. Do you have a bowl first?
Yes, I'll put a bowl.
Yes.
So you put the onions in a bowl when it's done?
Yes.
Okay.
Separately, because like I said, we have to add a few more ingredients.
I'm going to go ahead and check that shrimp real quick.
Great
just to make
idea.
sure. Okay. Oh, yeah.
How's it looking?
It is bubbling. Yeah, it's really pink. And it's kind of a braise, like just risen up from what it was in the water. Does that look good to you?
It needs a little bit more pinkness, but it's almost there.
Okay.
Almost.
So I'll go ahead and put it back on.
Okay.
So I guess there's really not a set time, or you say it's 8 minutes.
It's
But
about 8 minutes. It's pretty quick, but that's taking a bit.
okay.
All right, now
So now,
we have our onions here.
yes,
Now,
I'm
as
gonna
I
stop
said
crying
earlier-
finally.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
so upset about this. Okay, and as I said earlier, we're gonna add a few ingredients to kind of like diminish that oniony taste, the one that made Geena cry.
yes,
Yes, not good, obviously.
right.
Okay. And so we're gonna add salt.
Okay.
Surprising them.
So just a dash of salt.
It's actually gonna be a good bit of salt.
Oh wow.
Good bit of salt. But you're gonna have to mix it around.
I'll get you a spoon. How about that?
Yes, please and
Okay.
thank you.
Put that
Mix it
salt
around.
on there.
Yes, let me see. So just keep mixing it. Mine being a bigger bowl, but
Okay.
to mix it.
Are we
not
adding
yet.
more?
Let's get a bigger bowl because we can really mix this in well.
Okay. How about this? Bigger bowl is.
Much
There we
bigger.
go.
And it's colorful too.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to help get that rest
Yeah,
of that?
I'll get the rest of this. So do you need to add more salt now, or?
Probably. We're gonna have to. I'm sorry to say, we're gonna have to taste it.
Oh no, we're gonna
I'm
taste
see
the
how
onions.
you cried. I will do it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Come on, I'm not gonna
Not
complain.
gonna complain. Okay.
I'll stir it up for you. All right.
Okay.
See how it tastes for her.
All right. I'm only getting one or two. You don't need to taste a whole handful. to test this out. A little bit more salt still.
So
Like I said, it's strong.
you want it to be salty? That's.
It's not. It's actually not gonna come out salty.
Okay, I was just
I know
curious
you
about it.
might seem that way, but it's really just gonna diminish the taste. You're gonna taste a difference in the onion. Oh, I almost
Oh,
did
okay.
things.
Here we go. So I have to taste it again.
Possibly. I'm gonna have to suffer this one more time. Pause.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
Better.
Perfect.
Much
Great.
better.
Great. I trust you with that.
You have to trust me on that one.
Oh, I trust you.
Now we're gonna check on our shrimp one more time.
Okay, because it smells good. Now I can really
Oil,
smell the
yes.
shrimp.
And as you see, they're a lot pinker now.
Yeah, they are.
Smells really good.
It looks.
It's fun.
It's not gray anymore. Like.
And why is there fridge?
It's not gray anymore. Like regular shrimp would be that comes at a supermarket.
Yeah. It's got a nice little pink tint. Now some of them are pinker than others, so we're gonna leave them in for another minute, I would say.
Okay.
Some of them are still a little pale. They're taking their precious time.
Okay, so right after the shrimp, now we're doing the onions. What do we do now?
Now let's dice up the tomatoes.
And I heard you say earlier with the tomatoes that we really need hard tomatoes because you
Yes.
want to make sure.
Again, we have to cut these the same, just like the onion. They have to be really, really thin slices. They're some of the ones you start out with. Just try and get them as thinly as you possibly can.
Can I feel that real quick?
Yes.
Oh, that's hard.
It's hard. You can toss it
I
around.
mean,
You
like,
can toss
it
it
really
around.
hurt somebody if you throw it.
It's almost like a baseball, but not really.
Right.
It's just soft enough.
Okay.
Okay. I will give you half this half.
Sounds good. Okay, move my
So
stuff.
when you do this part, you do have to cut that
Okay.
color, the brownness out of there. You don't want that.
Oh, wow. You have to do that.
Yeah.
I've never done that before for a tomato before.
It's almost like carving a pumpkin, but smaller.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Completely free.
Great. Oh, wonderful.
And here you go.
Okay, thank you. All right, so just slice them. Does that
Let's start slicing. Yes.
Oh, on the side. Okay.
Well, you could do this like from here. Well, yes, the
I
side's
should use
better.
my different knife. Sharper
Yeah,
knife
side.
again.
Sharpest knife's best.
Okay. This will be fun. I love slicing and dicing. I've always been the one when I was a child. Like, I'd be like, Mom, I want to cut it. Yeah, like, I want to cut it. Let me do it. Watch your hands, Geena.
This is actually my job when I was younger too.
Oh, really?
And you know what? Our shrimp is probably ready too.
Good idea. I bet that shrimp is ready. Now it smells really
Yes.
good.
I would say it is ready. Have a look.
Let's see that.
Okay, so we're gonna turn this off. Now, this is really, really big. Do not
Big
dump
moment.
the water. Do not dump the water that is in here.
We'll definitely have a tendency to drain that water.
We all immediately want to drain it. It's kind of fun, to be honest. But no, this is actually going to be an ingredient we're going to use soon enough. All right, so let's leave it off to the side and we'll let it cool while we continue our dicing.
Okay, great.
All right, let's go on.
So I want to make it kind of like what I did with the tomatoes?
Yes, you just continue. And you won't cry this time for sure.
Yes, so thank God. And is food more of like the biggest thing in your family that you really like are into, or?
I love food, if that is any key
Mm-hmm.
factor. But yeah, I mean, my mom's, in my opinion, an amazing cook.
Uh-huh.
And she mixes a lot of like things she picked up when she lived in Ecuador, and kind of mixes up some of the things she learned through here.
Right.
And it's a great like mix it at the end of the day.
Do you need a separate bowl for the tomatoes?
We do not. We can finally start using our big bowl and
Okay.
put it all in.
So we do need a big bowl.
Yes, we can put our onions in first.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that. Onions.
And we need no more salt now.
We do need more salt.
We need no more salt.
Oh,
So,
no
yeah.
more salt this time. Okay.
The onions have been salted and they will salt the rest of the dish.
I'm just gonna put the rest of my stuff in here. I'll slide that little sucker down.
Perfect. Sure.
So mix the onions and
Yeah.
the tomatoes together that are really thinly diced.
Really thinly diced.
Okay, and then now you say the extra virgin olive oil?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We add our lemon juice.
We had our lemon.
Or lime, I'm sorry.
Limes.
Limes. We say lemon for everything. Or limon.
Limon.
Limon for everything. And we just tell you the color of it. So I always say lemon for each one. So you have to forgive me if I say lemon. And when it is a lime, apparently. Oh wait, it's better to cut them up in thirds. So you want to start squeezing that out, Geena?
Oh, let me. I gotta smell it. Ah, smells so good. I think it's so exciting when I smell things. It smells like it surprises me. I just love it.
You're a smeller, I see that.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I love this. Limes don't have seeds in them, right?
They do not.
Like, you know, lemons do. Limes don't. So you don't get those stupid little seeds in there. And you're like, I have to fish it out.
Yeah, and another thing, if you grab a spoon.
Okay. How about this one?
Yes, and you kind of scrape off some of the lime in there.
The little pulp in there,
Yeah, because it's hard to get all that juice out. We don't all have the strength to do it. So you just pull some of it out when you scrape it out. And it adds more juice and a little bit more flavor, as you can see.
Interesting.
Yes. So if you're not that good at squeezing
I see that juice in there.
This is the default.
Wow.
Okay. Here's your next one.
Cool.
Your next one.
Yes.
So, and the lime also helps kind of diminish that onion taste. It's another key factor. So lime and salt are big in diminishing.
Wow. You don't need a lime squeezer. Just use your hands. That's the best.
Use your hands and a spoon.
Right. Okay.
And on a side note, this is actually, if we were to add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, this would be like a seasoning in itself over there in Ecuador.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of people put it on top of like chicken or like meats, especially pork is a big one where they have like they'll cook pork and they'll put this on top and it's just amazing. The juices that come out of this just kind of soak into the meat and into the chicken and it's just like tastes delicious. So if you ever make something and it's like too dry or you didn't season it enough, this is a great method to fix that.
Oh my goodness. I am starving
I'm
you talking about that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hungry too. Now let's mix it all together.
Okay, the spoon?
Yes, with the spoon.
Okay.
Whatever you have handy.
Yes. That looks good.
And if you'll let me loan you a spoon, we'll both taste it and see if it needs any more
Let's do that.
lime or if it needs a little bit more.
Let's do that. Okay.
Let's see.
I'll get some onion in there too.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the onion. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I have trouble wondering if I need more lime or not. Madre always asks more, adds more.
She does.
We're going to add
a little bit more. I think a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
It's really strong.
It's still really strong, but it's less than a lot from the first time.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to let you scrape because I see
so I love all the flavors. I've never tried any flavors like that before.
It's really colorful is another side note.
Right.
Very colorful.
First time. Ooh. Get so excited. Oh, yeah.
I'll probably do.
I mean, lime is my favorite citrus, hands down.
We add a lot of salt, but there's like, you can hardly taste it. It's
I can hardly taste it.
It's just an undertone of it.
Right. And I'm sure, like, if you didn't add the salt, there might be a little bit of a difference.
For sure. Yeah, the onion would still be pretty potent. We could probably still be crying. But that's diminished a lot right now. Here's
one more.
I believe your final one.
Alrighty, here we
Final
go.
rose.
Final squeezing.
Final squeeze.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just scrape this out. So a lime and a half. And then we can try it and see what it tastes like.
Try again. Take two.
Take two on the trying part.
Oh, you might want to mix it a little bit more.
Oh, okay. So it'll just be like this, a little watery like that.
A little watery.
So.
But that's just good.
Yeah, don't be afraid of that.
Juices are good.
Juices are good with this dish.
It is. It is.
I'm excited.
And so it's almost, actually at the end, it looks like it's soup.
Oh.
It does, but it's a whole meal. It's really good.
That's gonna be great.
All
So
right.
we'll go ahead and try this.
Let's try this.
Get some tomato in there.
Yeah. I think we got it. Perfect. Lime
Great.
and a half.
Yay.
And a half.
This is good.
Okay. Now, we bring in the shrimp.
The shrimp is the next part.
Shrimp is the next part.
Okay.
Okay.
So remember to make sure you don't drain your water.
Do not drain the water. We're gonna add the shrimp one by one because we're still not sure if we need all the water we put in originally. We don't want it to be too watery. We want it to be just right. We want it's gonna give it an extra color. And if you would grab me a spoon so we can pluck some of these out.
Why do we do that?
And they're a really nice like pink color right now. Tone.
So this is what it looks like.
That's what they all look
Perfect. And that didn't take long at all for any shrimp.
No, it didn't.
I mean, if you want to make anything with shrimp, it doesn't take long at all to cook it. So, so just go ahead and put it in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Adding more color.
And you want small shrimps too, right? Not the really big one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they. When I went to Publix and I bought these, they only had one size, so I'm not sure. They're pretty small though.
Looks like popcorn shrimp, baby
like
shrimps. It's kind of cute. Yum.
We have a lot of shrimp. The shrimp is like feeding out any of our tomatoes and onions, but that's good. Shrimp's good.
So I'm guessing the water has also helped for the juices, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And you'll see it is going to change color a little bit. As you can see right now, just because we've added the shrimp, it started to change colors just a little bit. You can see that.
Okay, yeah. It's got
changed.
like this
Pinky. It's got kind of like a paleness to it now, whereas before it was kind of clear.
Right. So it's just the juice that's really
fresh. So we might not even have to add, like I said, a lot more water to this.
Okay.
But
looks really juicy. So the rest of the shrimp?
First. Well, yes, we have a few stragglers. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We don't want to leave them.
Here, we'll take them out. Okay.
Okay, we're going to put that to the side.
Okay.
And now we're going to cut our cilantro.
Okay, and I've never cut cilantro before, so this will be interesting. This is the lesson of the day. This is the lesson of the day.
This is actually easy. Not too bad.
So,
folding.
How much cilantro do you need?
About this much.
Okay. A handful.
A handful. You want to cut this part off right there first. And
just the roots. Yes.
Just the roots. And this is actually really easy. I'll just do this one.
You just fold it. Okay.
Fold it over. Get a nice little bundle. Start. Oh, I probably want to toss this. I want to get them mixed up. Don't want to mix them up.
Should I stir the?
You can continue to stir.
Okay. Yes, I like stirring.
And these also have to be kind of tiny. Be careful. It's kind of hard to see my hands in this.
Here, I'll move this out of the way. That's a lot of cilantro. Always has a really, really strong smell. I always add cilantro to my burritos, and when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I always ask for more cilantro because it tastes so good.
It really is.
Oh, I can smell it from here. It won't make me cry, so that's good.
That's a good note. And another thing you can add is peppers. We didn't do that here, but you can add peppers any color you want. You can try your hand at anything really. Okay, so let's add a good handful of this.
All right, stir it.
And stir it in.
Now I just want to take a peek of those colors right there. That's exactly what it should look like, just like that. I mean, that is just beautiful, and you can see right here. This is where the color is different in the dish. So.
And now that we've added this cilantro, it's a completely different smell from what we originally had earlier.
Oh yeah, totally different. Okay. So go ahead and stir this.
Yes, just keep stirring.
Okay. All right. So after we do this,
now we're gonna add the water, and I honestly think we're just gonna add a little bit more.
Okay.
Not too much more, and then our final touch will be the extra virgin olive oil.
You must have it.
Must have. Okay. I'm gonna do this slowly. Okay, and start mixing.
Okay.
See what it looks like. And that.
So we save that shrimp water for the last part, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of the last things. Because you kind of want to see what it looks like with all the ingredients in it, just so it gets that exact color that you need.
That's kind of like a pink salmon color.
It is. It's kind of pinkish.
It really looks like that.
And so we don't want to lose that. So we're kind of putting it back in, but we don't want to add too much because it might be too watery and no one likes that.
Mm-hmm. So now stirring it, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. It looks
Perfect.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
If I do say so. And now we add
the extra virgin olive oil. And how much oil? As a tablespoon?
a tablespoon.
Okay.
2 tablespoons actually.
Oh, 2 tablespoons. Ooh, we should probably do it
Perfect.
over the...
I did it right. I think I did it exactly.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
I mix it, and then we'll get to taste it and see what you think.
Great. So this is a really tasting dish. You got to taste it for your preference or to find out how good it is.
We like to put our hands in there, just continuously keep tasting.
All right. So let's go ahead and try it.
All right. Let's go.
Should I get a shrimp too?
Whatever you like, dear.
Oh, okay.
Try a little bit of everything in there.
Okay.
Obviously, Geena liked the cilantro because
I
that's
do.
the first thing you picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
That is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
So good, but there's a few ways to eat this.
Okay.
Now, I want these plantains salted, preferably. And we're gonna try. We're also gonna add our rice that I made earlier.
Okay.
So if you could get 2 bowls out, Geena.
Oh,
we
sure.
can do both ways and see what it looks like.
More than glad
You
to.
can try your hand at both, and we'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can add this in at the end. So let's serve this first. A ceviche.
Okay. Hold your bowl.
Thank you.
However much you want.
Just continue.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Oh my gosh, this is so neat.
Well, that should be good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So here's one.
Okay, great. And then the rice is the next.
You can either add rice in this, and it's really good because the rice kind of soaks up the juice that we've made and we've been showing you.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be a little more daring. I know this may look weird.
Okay.
Or you could add chips.
Okay.
So good.
I'll go ahead and start putting the rice in.
Ecuador is big on plantains, which is what they're called. Platanos. So let's try.
Very
We'll
cool.
try one first.
Okay,
Or
sounds
if you like
good.
to crunch them up and pour them on top of yours, however you like.
Oh.
You can do
Do
more
I
than
just
one.
dip it?
No, you
or...
can just crunch them up and actually eat it throughout the dish. And it's really good.
How cool. Look at this.
Okay.
I love these. Oh, just one?
No. As many
Oh.
as you want. As many. I'm a fan of these.
All right, I'll just put these in
I
for
can probably
now.
finish the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
with
they're
the
good.
whole
I've tried them before.
They are good. Pretty good. And let's try adding a little bit of rice to this one.
Now you can do both too.
I could do both, but we're gonna try give each a chance to experience.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay. This one might need a little bit more juice so we can really wet the rice.
Mm-hmm.
Juice is important. All right. Would you like to try it first?
Sure.
You can try both first.
Oh, okay. So the plantains and let's see here. Mm-hmm. Good.
It's good. It's good. I can try this.
Oh my
I'll
gosh,
go
I'm
next.
falling in love with this dish.
It's amazing and cheap. You can't beat that. But it may or may not be healthy.
I think it's healthy. I mean, whoa, that is so good.
It's good. Let's
Great.
Try this one.
Yeah, try that one with the plant. Yeah, I love the plant. The crunchy plantain's really good.
It really was.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Mm-hmm.
Good stuff on both parts.
That's ceviche.
That is.
All right, wonderful.